It is Enforcement Day. Real IDs are now required at airports across America. The new ID requirement comes 20 years after a congressional mandate to switch to a more secure ID in response to 9/11.
Here's the thing. If you don't have a real ID, there is still a way you can fly today, but you could face delays before getting on your flight.
So we have live team coverage to better prepare you ahead of your travel plans. Chilekasi Adele is monitoring wait times and any problems.
But first, we want to go to our Linder, who joins us from the main checkpoint inside Pittsburgh International. How are things looking? It seems like more people are showing up.
David and Lizzie, it is I think it's just right behind me. It's actually still pretty running smoothly. Not that many people, but remember where I am here in the main checkpoint. This is now during these hours of the day. This is where there's just TSA pre-check and clear, as well as just people going to first class, employees and disabilities. Alternate checkpoint is where everyone else is at this time. Either way, let's hope everyone has their proper IDs. Now, starting today, TSA is requiring a real ID or another form of federally acceptable identification like a valid passport, global entry ID, or military ID to fly domestic commercial flights, enter a military base, and enter certain federal facilities. Leaders at the airport tell us crews are prepared for the crowds, and TSA is hoping they're not going to have many disruptions for travelers. The agency says 81% of travelers in the U.S. are compliant, but according to CBS News data analysis in April, at least 17 states were less than 50% compliant with real ID requirements, and 30 states were less than 70% compliant. Here in Pennsylvania, as of April 28th, we're at 28%. Now, if you don't have any accepted form of ID, you will still get through for the time being, but you may be subject to more screening and will be told your ID is not compliant. It's unclear how long this grace period will last. And with the potential for delays, it's recommended that travelers give themselves an extra 15 to 30 minutes more than they normally budget for getting to their gate. And I want to send things over to our Chilekasi Adele, who's also here at the airport, looking to see how travelers are dealing with all this. Chili, how are things going?
Well, Lauren, things are pretty much smooth sailing. I said earlier this morning, it still stands true today. If this airport, if the navigation ways on this airport were a traffic map, everything right now would be green. Let's back out of the way. Let's show you what things look like, right? This is where, up above from where Lauren just was, downstairs, this is where pre-check people are going through right now. And again, there are barely any people moving through just past 6:30 this morning. The wait time, it appears it's 3 minutes to get over on pre-check. You take a look up towards the alternate security checkpoint. That is where most of the general people are going for general security. That wait time is about 7 minutes. So again, relatively short as well. We've seen in the past, if you've watched this program before, the long lines that could stretch out even the doors downstairs, but things pretty much have been smooth sailing today. We talked to some of the workers here today. They say there really have only been a few cases of people showing up without their real ID and needing to go get that check, that extra security. Most people here are real ID ready from what we've been able to gather, whether it's having the ID with the star, whether it's having something like a passport as well. Most people, it appears as if they've come today prepared, which has been good to see when looking at the lines this morning. So that's pretty much what it looks like here right now here from Pittsburgh International. That's where we're live this morning. I'm Chilekasi Adele. David and Lindsay, back to you.